Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Shri Sadguru Paramatmane Namaha. Sarva Maharshibhyo Namaha. Fourth Shloka. Sarvayonishu Kaunteya Murtayah Sambhavanti Yaha Tasam Brahma Madhyonihi Aham Bija Pratah Pita. Substance. O Arjuna, whatsoever form or born, men or gods, etc., for them all are Moola Prakriti. Maya is the womb, the mother, and I, the seed giver, am the father. Commentary. Prakriti is the mother and Paramatma is the father for men and gods and every form that is born anywhere in the universe. The Lord is the father who gives life, and Prakriti is the mother who bears the progeny in her womb. The three gunas are born from Prakriti and they cause bondage for man. Fifth Shloka. Sattvam rajastama iti gunaha prakriti sambhavaha nibadnanti mahabaho dehe dehinamavyayam. Substance. O Arjuna, born of Prakriti, the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, bind the imperishable Jivatma in the body. Commentary. The three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, were born of Prakriti. Atma is free from them. Atma is Nirguna, devoid of these qualities. It transcends from even so the individual. The man, having forgotten his Atma and its transcendental nature, associates himself with the gunas, identifies himself with them, and binds himself to the inert perishable body. Thus, the imperishable, ever free Atma is lost by the Jiva, who becomes an embodied being, subject to all the ills of life and death. This mistaken identity is avidya, ignorance. Man has to release himself from every one of these gunas and rise to the Atmic plane, which is free and perfect. The Sattvaguna is also mentioned as one of the bonds because it is only in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi that man goes beyond all the gunas and realizes Paramatma. In that state, there are no qualities or states or thoughts. All the aspirants rise higher and higher. He finds that Sattvaguna also is like a screen, a thin screen, but yet a screen between him and the ultimate. The seekers must have a longing to march. Tamas has to be conquered by Rajas, and Rajas has to be purified by Sattva, and Sattva has to be discarded at the end to reach Atma, that is Moksha. Mahabaho. Arjuna is addressed as the mighty armed. He has no doubt defeated many powerful enemies in the world, but he has yet to conquer the internal enemies, the three gunas, with greater strength and higher courage. Dehe dehinam avyayam. Atma, the Lord, the imperishable light, is in the body nearest to man. Therefore, by intense search and clear discrimination, one has to discover this even in this life. It is imperishable. Atma is changeless, has no birth, and therefore it has no death. All the other things are vyayam, perishable. Each man has to turn the searchlight on himself and know that he has his life and being not in the perishable body but in the imperishable Atma. He has to strive for purifying himself from the contaminating influence of three gunas and ascend to the plane of Atma. This is the fulfillment of life. Question. What is the nature of Atma? Answer. Imperishable. Question. What binds the Jiva? Answer. Though the Jiva is really Atma, you by his ignorance he is bound by the three gunas. Question: what is the origin of the three gunas? Answer: Prakriti. Prakriti Sambhavaha. Question: what is the way to attain liberation? Answer: to reach Paramatma, who is beyond the three gunas. The three gunas are explained in three verses. First, Sattva Guna is mentioned. Sixth Shloka. Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashakamanayam Sukasangena Vadnati Gnanasangena Chanagha. Substance. O Arjuna, of these three gunas, Sattva Guna by the purity is light giving and untroubled. It binds the jiva by attachment to the joy of the senses and by attachment to knowledge. Vritti. Commentary. As the three gunas are produced from Prakriti, Sattva Guna is also a part of Avidya, but it is the pure aspect of Prakriti. By its purity, it is superior of higher than the other two gunas. It is no doubt a desirable quality in spiritual progress. But in the perfect Atmic state, even this Sattva Guna, pure and light giving as it is an obstacle, a covering veil to Atma. If a pure light is covered by glasses of three colors, different effects are produced. If the glass is dark, the light is dim. If the glass is red, the light casts a red shadow. If the glass is white, the light is clear. But the white glass also is a covering veil to the pure light within. The original purity of the light itself is modified by the glass, however clean it might be. So also the Sattva Guna binds the Jiva by attachment to happiness and knowledge. When a man says, I am happy, he is attributing to himself the experience of the senses and the mind, Kshetra, to himself. The false identification is due to avidya. This happiness is Kshetra Dharma and it is superimposed on the Kshetrajna by the ignorance of the Jiva. And again, when the person says, I have knowledge of this or that, he is committing the same error in imposing on Atma the quality of the intellect, which is also Kshetra Dharma. Thus, Sattva Guna binds man to happiness and knowledge. Both are the modifications of the mind and intellect. They do not belong to Atma. So the Lord exhorts Arjuna to transcend the Sattva-guna also and reach the Atmic state. Anagha. Arjuna is sinless and so by his purity and stainlessness he is qualified to receive the highest Brahmavidya. Question: what is the nature of Sattva Guna? Answer: it is pure, light giving, and untroubled. Question: how does it bind man? Answer: it binds man by the happiness of the senses and the desire for knowledge, vritti. Question: what should the aspirant do? Answer: he should go beyond Sattva-guna also and reach Atma. Rajoguna is explained. 7th Shloka. Rajo ragatmakam viddhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tannibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehinam. Substance. O Arjuna, know that Rajoguna is of the nature of passion for objects, arising from desire and attachment. That Rajoguna binds man, Jiva, by attachment to action. Commentary. The word Trishna means passion for objects not possessed by him. Sangha means attachment to those things already possessed by him. Rajoguna causes both passion and attachment. The effect of this passion is activity to gain this or that object, wealth, name and fame, power and position. The mad rush that one sees in the world is all the manifestation of Rajoguna. Territories are gained, wars are fought, enemies are put down, name is achieved, fame is obtained, and thus in 100 ways man works for selfish ends and aims. This is Rajoguna. Thus, action is the outer manifestation of Rajoguna. Rajasic man cannot remain quiet. He is urged into action by the very force of Rajas. Action binds him. He also In this also there is the false imposition of Kshetra Dharma on the pure and perfect Atma. The Lord uses a very strong word, Nibadnati, not simply Badnati, when he speaks of the binding power of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Question: what is the nature of Rajoguna? Answer: it is passion for objects and causes desire and attachment. Question: how does it bind man? Answer: by desire and attachment to action. Question: what should the aspirant do? Answer: he should free himself from the binding power of Rajoguna.